than you would if you left it there more than a year. So it's best to just leave your money in stocks. But you're still, no, you get the money you want, but you're just going to get taxed on it more than if you was to leave it there. Type shit. You get that? Alright, let's watch this shit.
Hi guys, it's 1:45 in the morning and I'm finally by myself, which I know doesn't sound that crazy to be by yourself at 1:45 in the morning, but this week's been pretty hectic and there have been a lot of people around telling me what to do, giving me advice.
Let's talk about that after, yeah.
Most importantly, and that was a lot, and now I just wanna be able to do this and just shoot straight into the camera and just talk to you guys. I've put myself in a lot of situations where I've needed to apologize for my past actions, and I've never done this correctly, and I've never done this respectfully, and my last video is a testament to that. I don't want to defend that video. I don't want to delete that video. I just want to be clear. What this video isn't going to be is it's not going to be me discrediting Trisha, Kat, or any other woman involved. I'm going to be using words that may trigger some survivors, and that's just so I don't explain anything vaguely and I can explain every situation appropriately. I want to start this video off by saying I fully believe the woman who came out against Dom and said she was by him. As was reported, the next day I got consent to post the video. Even though I got the consent to post that video, I should have never posted it. And what I understand now, and I didn't understand before, is that she sent that text because she felt like she had to, not because she wanted to. And that's fucked up, and I'm sorry. When she later reached out a couple months later to take the video down,
Okay, so breaking down what happened real quick, if you don't know. So basically, David Dobrick has been getting killed a lot these past... Okay, I guess a lot of y'all confused. Okay, so what's basically happening is David Dobrick has been getting killed a lot these past few weeks now, because people have been coming out. People that used to work with him are coming out saying that he used to do a lot of like dickhead shit, like force people to do certain things that they didn't want to do. Like, for example, there was this guy, right, that David Dobrick pranked him, and he disguised one guy as a female, as Corinna. Yeah, know Corinna, right? The girl that Aiden talks to. He disguised her as, well, he said it was Corinna that the guy is kissing, and he actually ended up kissing another guy because he was like blindfolded, and he ended up like making out with another guy instead of being Corinna. And they were always clowning him for that shit. And that guy said like, yo bro, I don't want that video on your YouTube channel, bro. I don't want that shit. Like, nigga, you really embarrassed me type shit. And David Dobrick, all he would try to do is like offer him money, and he still would keep the video up type shit. Like, so niggas would really violate him all the time. Like, his own family and shit would like violate him, and that shit would like, that's an example of many things that David Dobrick would do stuff like that a lot. Like, he would do stuff other people wouldn't like, and all he would try to do is offer them money, and if they didn't want to take the money, he would still keep it up. It really depended on him. Like, if he didn't want to take it down, he's not taking it down. Sometimes he took certain shit down. There was a time where I think he forced a guy to have a threesome, and the guy that he forced to have a threesome, one of the girls claimed that they got drunk and they got forced to like do that type shit. And basically this is what he's apologizing for. Well, foursome, I think it was a fivesome actually, but I don't remember. Threesome, foursome, fivesome, all the same shit. Shut up, BA. Nah, I said BA. Shut up, Georgia. I do not do that, bro.
immediately took it down, and I want to apologize to her and her friends for ever putting them in an environment that I enabled that made them feel.
I don't think he's going to jail, but he definitely lost a lot of money. A lot of money. Like, he literally lost billions with a B. I think based off of a TikTok I saw, he lost billions because a lot of companies that was working with him, giving him a lot of money, all left. Like, all of them. Every company he basically would get sponsored by, all left. And you know, a lot of being a YouTuber, a lot of like that's another thing, yeah. A lot of these YouTubers, you don't really make money off ads like that. You don't really, in terms of making a career, you have to be really, really big to make money off ads. And a lot of these YouTubers make money off sponsorships. Sponsorships is what pays YouTubers a lot. Like sponsorships is where the money's at. Like that's what you want. You want sponsorships. You don't want to depend on the ad shit. The ad shit is so little bit that you would give that shit to your mom type shit or your daughter. You would be like, yo, you whatever money I make off ads, here, that's yours. And now they living happy with it. But sponsorships is where the real money's at. He lost all these shits. I don't know if he lost 100% of them, but he lost a lot of the big ones. I think billions worth type shit.
Like their safety and values were compromised. I'm so sorry. I was completely disconnected from the fact that when people were invited to film videos with us, especially videos that relied on shock for views or whatever it was, that I was creating an unfair power dynamic. I did not know this before. It was completely wrong, and I wish I was more responsible, and I wish I was more aware at the time, and I'm so sorry I missed that. I didn't know what was going on in that room, and I should have been. I should have been there, and I should have been making sure that everybody involved was taken care of and wasn't uncomfortable. I don't want to use buzzwords to try to justify this or explain this, but all I can say is people felt like they had to be silent for the sake of my video, and that's not right, and it's...
No, Georgie, even people that, like the guy that kissed the other guy, I'm gonna say, he wouldn't take the money, and he was really saying no the whole time, based off what I heard, and he still would keep it up. Type shit. Like people would sometimes not take the money, and he would still keep it up. Even if they would be like, nah, I don't want that money, nigga, take that shit down. He's still keeping it up. It's really up to whatever he said.
Fucked up, and I'm sorry. I also want to acknowledge the women that spoke out against Dom in 2018. I'm talking about Allie, and then I'm talking about other girls that address their problems privately or publicly. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you guys. I am sorry that I took Dom's word for what happened in those certain situations, and I didn't believe you. And not only did I not believe you, but I made a joke of what kind of a person Dom was, because I couldn't wrap my head around a childhood friend of mine doing this to people and actually hurting people, and I'm sorry for that. Not only did I discredit you, Allie, but I platformed Dom. And not only did I platform Dom, but I platformed the subject of sex in a negative way, where I made jokes about it, and I reinforced that kind of behavior. And I'm so sorry, and I really let not only you down, but a lot of people down, a lot of people that watch me and my friends and family for that. I made the decision to no longer film with Dom in 2019, and I'm not saying...
Who's Dom? Dom is the old guy again? I know he's been having a lot of cases. Let me see if it's that guy. Hold on. I'm making sure. I know how he looks, but... Who's Dom? Well, I don't know who is this. I don't know what he did. Well, I think I've heard, but I forgot. This guy right here, he breaks down everything that happens. This guy is like, we could watch a little bit of him. If you guys are confused about anything, he would literally, like, he exposes David a lot. So this guy right here will break down everything. If you guys want to watch him after, we can, and you guys will fully understand everything if we watch a couple of videos from him.
My content has been brilliant since then, but that's when I first started taking into account the power dynamic and what influence I had on people that I was filming with. But what I didn't do is I didn't go back to any of these women and apologize. I kind of moved on, and I learned from it, and I grew from it, but I didn't address the situation with these women. I'm not talking publicly, I'm saying even privately. I didn't reach out to any of these people, and that breaks my heart, knowing that I was doing all this stuff and I was making all this content while there was people that were still really hurt by what I made. Before my content shifted to be more responsible and positive, I said and did things that were really offensive, and I called them bad jokes, and I can't even call them bad jokes, and it was cowardly of me to say in my last apology that I missed the mark, because it's fucking gross, and I'm sorry. A lot of people reached out to me saying cancel culture is bullshit and you need to fight back and you need to call people out, and I don't agree with how this should be taken at all. And I think when there is a crisis, there's a serious opportunity to correct yourself, to learn and improve, and to make sure those mistakes don't happen again. And that's why it is so important to hold yourself accountable. And I think with this situation, there's a lot I can look at and there's a lot I can learn from, but there's a lot of mistakes that I made, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for everybody I've let down. I'm sorry to my family, and I'm sorry to my friends that I've embarrassed, and that this won't happen again. I'm gonna take a short break from all the social media stuff because I realize there's a serious lack of infrastructure when I make any kind of content. And I wanna be able to have a place of checks and balances. I wanna have HR, and I wanna be able to have people communicate discomfort in a way that's comfortable to them, and where they don't feel like their emotions or what they're doing or how they're acting is compromised. It doesn't feel right to go back to posting like I have been, and it also doesn't feel right to go dark because I love what I do. But I think it is important to show that change is possible and that I'm learning, maybe even forgiveness is possible. I want to use this opportunity to step up and own my mistakes, and like I said before, I've never done apology the right way. And I'm sure I'm going to look back at this and I'm going to be pissed at some things that I didn't say or I wish I could have added more. But this is my beginning to that, and I'm sorry for everybody that I hurt. I also want to add that I'm making myself available to anyone that wants to reach out that I've hurt in the past. I want to be able to hear and understand from yourselves, and I'll be reaching out on my own to some people because I still have a lot of learning to do. And I think when you talk to other people, especially about experiences like this, it really helps you see things in a different way. But yeah, I'm sorry if this video was all over the place. I just wanted to sit and talk and ramble, and I really truly hope that someone can take something away from this experience, that another creator can take away from this. And I know it feels, because I know how crazy it felt to me that there was some sort of toxicity or some sort of power dynamic in my friend group. But really just take the moment, especially when creating content that you're trying to get viewership out of or you're trying to get laughs out of, like really take a moment and look at where the jokes end and where the feelings begin, because I think that's so incredibly important. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.
I feel like at this point this dude is so rich that he I don't even think he's apologizing for like to try to make money again. Yeah, I think he's